girl. Ready. Middle. Good girl. Come and pop it. Ready. Legs. 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 Yes, good girl. Oh. Hi there. I'm just going to mess about while we let people catch up. Oh. Playing bliss. Good girl. Middle. Forward. Back. 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 Yes, good girl. Good girlie. Okay. So, who have we got on? Ready for a look at, it is day 26, isn't it? We've gone on to the bonus days now, so a couple of extra things. So we're looking at orientation from distraction. It's always a good one to practice. Good girl, Blissy. Oh, hi Sylvia, hope you're okay. How's Ellie doing? So yes, I hope everyone, I mean, luckily we've had some, I suppose, some nice weather to go along with our lockdown, so long may that continue. So, right, let's just have a quick sort of recap. So we're doing orientation from distraction today. So the first thing to do is just have a little bit of recap on sort of that orientation game, which is just simply, oh, yes. Yes, so all those games where, yes, when she's coming back to you, yes, the next piece goes, yes, yes, nice job, yes, and we throw out, okay, so this just gets them into that habit of going out and then coming back for this next piece, okay, so you always want to just recap on that, so, oh, oh, stitches out today, brilliant. That's a bit of good news. We always like that. So yeah, so we always recap on some of the games that lead up to this, and you can do whichever. So we, again, just following in proximity. So we can do a bit of magic hand, do a little bit of middle. We can do a little bit of middle on the move. Back, back, side, side. Good girl. Legs. Legs, legs, legs. Good girl. So we can always recap, but orientation is just where we're sending one piece out. Yes, next piece goes. So the next step up from that, oh, hi Marie. So the next step up from that is to look at adding in some distraction. So the distraction could be person, toy, tree, squirrel, fox, cow. I'm just going to have a look at what's over here because I've got one of Lissa's toys that we can potentially use. So what I've got here is just one of her little toys, okay, and I've also got, you can see there, bowl of food, okay. So I think on the video it was Eliza, so it was Lauren's little girl that was acting as the distraction. And you use whatever kind of works for you, but so with Bliss I'm going to probably pop the toy out and show you with that, and then maybe have a look at the food just to try and prove the concept. So all I would do is kind of get her interested in the toy. You can see, I'll lower that down, yes, you can see, get her interested in the toy, and then what I can do is I can just go and pop this down here And then, yes, Bliss. Good girl. And I'm going to throw the food towards the toy. Yes. Good girl. And then send one back. Yes, good girl. So I'm always throwing towards the distraction. I'll throw one away that way. Just because I want her to always sort of be coming back here. Yes. Good girl. I can throw one towards the toy. Yeah, okay, just move that over a little bit. Yes, good girl. Throw towards the toy. Yes, good girl. Throw one over that way. Let me just go and find that. Get her nose working. Good girl. Yes, good girl. So again, throw one towards. And one away. Okay, so that's with the toy as the distraction. Now we're going to test that a little bit. This should be interesting. Always set myself up for a challenge. So there you go. So a bowl of food. You can see that all right. Yep. Bit of a mixture. We've got some little bits of cheese in it. Got quite a bit of Ziwi Peak and just some kibble. So what we're going to do, as you can see, Bliss is already interested in it. Going to pop it down there. Oh, what a good girl. Throw one away. I'm going to throw one towards the bowl. Yes. Bliss. Bliss. Pop it. Come here. Oh, what a good girl. I know. So you can see she stopped to have a look at it. So again, didn't panic, don't rush over. But Bliss, again, just try it again. Throw one over. Threw it. The problem was there, if you notice, I threw past the bowl to start with. So what I want to try and do is keep it this side for now. Yes, good girl. 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 Oh wow, that one landed right by the bowl. Oh, Blissy, come here. And she went for that treat, but actually disengaged from the bowl. Wow, quite impressed with that one. She's busy chewing it. I don't know if you can see. Ready? So again, she's now got to come past that bowl again to re-engage with me this time. I'm sure there's a bee down there. It might be. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. So again, we're right by the bowl. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. So we're past the bowl. Bliss. Hey, monkey. Good girl. So considering she's not done this before, I think she's doing pretty well, and I'm quite a way away from that food. So normally, you know, I might be stood a little bit closer, you can intervene. But again, I'll just go. And I would suggest you don't make it as tough as I've made it, like putting cheese, Ziwi Peak and some nice stuff in. I'd probably start with just some boring stuff. But I'm still impressed with her for the choices that she's making in it. And, you know, I'll show you the bowl in a minute, because it is full of stuff. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Good girl. That's the leaf, get the treat, there you go. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Good girly. Go get it. Yes, good girl. So hopefully you can see how this sort of works. As you can see, she's right by the bowl. Yes, good girl. And one last time. So there she is, right by the bowl. Can she do it this time without dipping her head in? Yes, what a good girl. And I think we'll call that a day for her because she did that really well with that final tip. So you can see there again. So even though she had probably had a couple of pieces out of there, she managed to leave that. Now we can try a bit of a test, because you all know how motivated Rebel is by food. So we'll see whether Rebel can do that. Go on then, Bliss. Come here. Pop it. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Rebs. Jolly good. Come on, buddy. Right. Here's the beast. So, as you can see, we have... Oh, where's he gone? Rebel. Come here, buddy. So again, we have the bowl of food, and we have my rather large food beast. Now, although this bowl looks quite full, I'm pretty certain that if Rebel got this, it would probably disappear into mouthfuls. So let's see how we get on. Come here then, buddy. Thank you. Good lad. Ready? Don't show me up, buddy. Don't show me up. You ready? Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. It's right over by the bowl, buddy. But I'm going to throw another one. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. Throw one over that way just so we can get that one. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Yes, what a good boy. Oh, yay, good boy. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Oh, yes, good boy. So that one actually hit the ball. It's a good shot. Yes, good boy. So that one ran around the bowl. And good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. So, does that make a bit of sense? So once you've practiced that, Rebel. Take my eye off. You see he goes back. Thank you. Come here. Although he didn't have... Oh, that's all right. I think he just licked a little bit. We're still all right. We still have... Oops. We still have the bowl. So, note to self, kind of remove the bowl once you've left it. Otherwise it might be a little bit too tempting, particularly for this boy. But you can see that being able to call him away from it is massively powerful. So, because I didn't tell him to leave it, I mean, so obviously he may have a leave it command, but this is about him making that decision. Okay, so it always comes down to, and what you can do is, as we've got kibble and a mixture of food, you can put chicken in there, and start to ramp up the decision making process. But if you notice here, just make sure I've lowered that down, is when I put the food down, I'm not saying leave it, okay? What I'm looking for is for him to make a decision. So you can see how he's like by food. What I'm looking for is for him to make that decision to go, what do I do? So he's like, there's food there, but I'll come back here. Yay, good boy. And he can get fed here. So he gets paid for coming back to me. So that's the thing that we're rewarding. And then we throw, oops, throw it at his head. Yes. Throw one towards. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. And then as you ramp it up into more difficult things, I say like some chicken, like some ham, as with chorizo sausage or something like that. Yes, good boy. Go get it. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Yes, what a good boy. There you go. Have a party there, buddy. Cool. Right. So let's get you practicing. Try it with lots of different things. Do it with toys. Do it with a person. If your dog's quite toy motivated, then what you can try and do is almost have them stood over the other side. So stood here and actually waving the toy. Now it may be that to do that you may need yourself to have a toy as well. Okay, so again it's that principle of setting yourself up for what you want to achieve. So if you want your dog to be able to recall and re-engage with you, then disengaging from someone who's got a toy, I mean, we've all seen it where the person who's got the ball with their dog, your dog wants to go and interact with the same person who's got that ball, and your ball suddenly doesn't seem as attractive. So the key for me is a mixture of doing it with toys, doing it with food. With Rebel, food is always going to be the toughest because he's such a food beast, and we can just ramp that up. So anyone got any questions on what that looks like or the mechanics of it? Obviously I've shown you that from a bit of a distance away, but what you can do to start with, so for anyone who is maybe starting on this journey, the way that you can kind of start this is by positioning the bowl. Let's just get this into view. So just by positioning the bowl sort of that way, and you can be here so you can almost sort of guard it. And what you would do is you would start having the bowl near you, throw a piece of food down, piece away, piece over that way, and then if he is to go to the bowl, let's just anyway, you can cover it with your hand. So you can throw him that way, throw him that way, throw a piece towards, it's over there, buddy. No, so cover it, it's there, not, it's there. Rebs. Good boy. And then throw one over that way, throw one over that way, so he can, no, what's that? Go on, there you go. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You can move it in. He's like, are you going to let me have it? Go get that one. Okay. Then you can build up the distance, and then you can gradually build up to come here then. Good boy. To that distance where you then throw in a piece of food towards it. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. think he's found it, probably eating a few stones as well at the same time. Oh, yes, good boy. Oh, it's gone a bit further. Just throw another one out there so we can maybe come back and find that one. But again, don't sort of nag them when they're sniffing like that. It's a great way for them to burn off energy. Just trying to find that one piece of kibble. You know, it's working his nose, working his brain. Where is it? And it's a great way of shattering, you know, a dog out just by getting them using what would be their, which is their superpower. Oh, what a good boy. I'm going to throw another one because if you saw that, he walked past that bowl and then just disengaged from it. But what's in the bowl is no different effectively to what I've got in my hand, but it's actually got a couple of more higher value items in. So it has got the cheese, the Ziwi Peak, and some of the turkey sticks in there as well. But Rebel is coming around for just, you can see that? Just ordinary kibble. So you can see the difference. So we've got more high value, there's more high value food in the bowl. When you're starting out with this, I would suggest that you stick with high value in your hand, low value in the bowl. Okay. Now, I probably should have done that with Bliss a little bit. Rebel has done this where I've done it with chorizo, so you know Rebel does understand this game, but he also is a massive food beast, aren't you, buddy? So again, you can see I'm throwing the piece now with him past it, but he's still disengaging back. Now that's where you're going to progress to. In the early stages, I'd probably be even if I put the food out there, I might even just be throwing the food to there, and then over there, then over there, and then over there, and then back over this way, and then back towards it, back over that way, back over that way towards the bowl. Yes, good boy. There you go, buddy. And then lift the bowl and pop it away. Okay, does that make a bit of sense? Hopefully. Ah, right. Okay, Linda. So yeah, great ideas this morning was a disaster trying it from so far away. Yeah. So the key thing is what you've got to look at is how difficult is it for the dog? Because you know, I've said many times, I mean, Bliss is toy food motivated, but she still does love her food. So for Rebel is, you know, I mean, if I just get this one piece of kibble, so I'm just gonna, I mean, this is just what Rebel's like when we come to food. So just bear with me a second as I just spin this around. So if I just have this one piece of kibble and just go, certainly doesn't go for it, so I'll just throw it up there. There you go. He will just want to go and find that piece of food. Okay. So what you've got to look at is what is acceptable for your dog and what level you can progress to. So have the bowl near you and just throw it around it, but just close enough so that you can just cover it with your hand. Okay, and then throw the food, then leave it open, throw the food. If they go towards the bowl, cover it over and just do that again. And then, but maybe pick an item. So let's think logically. Okay, so let's say you've got a cereal box. Okay, so it's not anything that they are bothered about in any way, shape or form. Put the cereal box on the floor and get them disengaging from a cereal box. Okay, then maybe a ball, then maybe a toy, and then try food. So you don't always have to go to the thing that is always going to be toughest for your dog. So just give you an idea, when I started doing all the disengagement work with Rebel, you know, I was doing that with toys that he isn't bothered about. I was doing it with shoes on the floor, because all I'm trying to teach him at that moment is the concept of coming away from something. So it's just proofing that I throw a treat towards something, he comes away, and then over time I will add in more stimulating items for him to disengage from. If I'd have tried it with chorizo at the very start, it'd have cost me a fortune in chorizo, because he would have just gone for it all the time. But now he will come away from it because we've proofed the concept. So that's what I want you to do, Linda. So don't always try it with food. You can mix it up with items that, and people often ask me, why do you say do it with items that the dog's not bothered about? Well, because what we're proofing here is not what the object is. We're proofing the idea of returning to you. So it doesn't really matter what's out there. The easier the item to disengage from you in the start, the better. Because if you can reward your dog for disengaging from you throwing something, so let's just say, I mean, there's a Wendy house. So I throw the food towards the Wendy house, Rebel comes back to me. I'm not rewarding him for coming away from Wendy house, I'm rewarding him for coming back to me. And then as I add difficulties, he just starts to learn, oh, the game is you throw something towards that and then I come back to you. And then as you add the more complex items, it's proofed and it's ready. And then you can really start moving it up, and then you can start having the food close to you, food slightly further away, and then gradually you can just do it like we did here, where the food was all the way over there. And to be fair, if Rebel had really wanted to go for it that much, he could have done it. He could have got that food dead easy. As you saw, even a couple of times, you know, Bliss had a little lick, you know. So what, you know, she had a little lick, but she didn't eat it all, and she still did disengage from it. So that's what I'd like you to practice, Linda, from that. Okay, cool. Anyone got any questions? The sun's beating down on my eyes, so I'm just gonna turn away slightly. Okay, right, so this was day 26, orientation from distraction. Yeah, brilliant, Linda, have a go. And I'll see you tomorrow for another bonus day, and day 27. Okay guys, take care, see you soon.